When Volodymyr Zelenskyy decided to run for president, no one supported him. Even his wife Olene was shocked and thought he'd gone crazy. Campaigning for such a prominent position would be life-changing and bring immense difficulties. But Olene knew it would be impossible to dissuade Volodymyr from chasing his dreams. He's a very determined person who doesn't wait for anyone's approval before he makes a decision. Despite all the ridicule he faced, he wanted to become president to make his country a better place. From a very young age, Volodymyr realized that the world around him wasn't perfect. Being Jewish, he knew the cost of the Holocaust, as quite a few of his family members were victims of it. But no matter what, Volodymyr is an optimist. He's always wanted to make people feel better, and when he was older, he became a comedian. But it wasn't enough for the fearless dreamer living inside of him. In an interview with The New Yorker, Zelenskyy said that he started thinking about running for president after he parodied multiple politicians. Making fun of them, he imagined the version of Ukraine he would like to live in. And when he played the president of Ukraine in his series titled Servant of the People, it got him thinking. So, Volodymyr decided that it was time to act in real life and build the country of his dreams. But when he won the election, the reality was very different from his show. And no matter how hard Zelenskyy tried to realize his vision for a perfect country, nothing seemed to work. His 17-year-old daughter even begged her father to give up his plans for a second term. And everything seemed to suggest that Volodymyr should just quit, because he'd already failed. His popularity declined day by day, and his ratings plummeted as Ukrainians didn't like most of his decisions. Critics alleged that his media reforms could increase censorship, and it didn't seem like he was taking any effective measures to end the conflict in eastern Ukraine. Volodymyr felt the pressure of being a political outsider while trying to rule a country in the midst of a pandemic. Little did he know he would soon face a much, much harder challenge. In the early morning of February 24, 2022, everything changed when Russia invaded Ukraine. But from day one, President Zelenskyy assured his people of one thing, that he'd never leave the capital of his country.
All of us are here. Our military are here. Our civil servants are here, defending our independence and our state. And we mean to keep it that way.
Volodymyr refused to flee, even though he knew he was target number one for Russian troops. In the first week of the war alone, there were reportedly 3 attempts on his life. But Zelenskyy didn't back down or bow down. He even refused when the United States offered to evacuate him, saying he needed ammunition, not a ride. By doing this, he became a national hero and earned respect from people all around the world.
He's not fleeing. He's not abandoning ship. He's staying. He's like the captain of the Titanic if the Titanic spent 5 days successfully beating the iceberg.
The president continues to talk to his people every single day, inspiring and uniting them against a common enemy. Volodymyr is a reckless guy in the best sense of the word, his advisor recently said. People who personally know the president also say that he's a peaceful and humble man. Zelenskyy proved this in his inauguration speech when he asked other politicians not to hang his portrait in their offices. He said that they should hang photos of their kids instead and look them in the eye before making decisions. Volodymyr is completely devoted to Ukraine and its people. Each one of us is a president. We are all responsible for Ukraine, the country we are going to leave to our children. Each one of us can do everything to help it develop. So his wife Olene remains by his side because she believes in him, even though it hasn't been easy for her to be in the spotlight or deal with the haters, and now face mortal danger. But Olene knows that her husband needs her, and supporting him is the most important thing to her. After all, he's still a fearless dreamer, committed to doing whatever it takes to make things right. President Zelenskyy is living proof that a determined person can beat anything and anyone. We now see that Ukraine is full of such people who are fighting bravely for the peace of their country. And they won't stop, no matter what. Glory to Ukraine.